Hello, happy Transfer Tuesday. The markets are down, so it's a great time to be making transfers into our investment accounts. So this week I have a lot of our automatic paycheck contributions because we got paid last week, and then also some manual contributions to our savings goals. This week we have just 2 debt payments, but nothing extra. Just our minimums on 2 of our debts. So if you're new to Transfer Tuesday, it's the day of the week where we try to make money moves in a positive direction, either paying down debt or saving and investing. Currently, my family and I are working towards both paying down debt and saving and investing. A lot of our debts are pretty low interest, but we have quite a few monthly payments that we make towards them, and so we would like to pay those down to remove those monthly payments and lower our overall expenses. We're also working towards investing for retirement and also our daughter's education, so we'll get into all of that right now. So first, with our paychecks, when I got paid on Wednesday, I repaid my retirement account loan, the minimum payment, and that was $236.22. So that was both a decrease of my retirement debt and also a contribution to my retirement. My loan is still around $34,000. I opened this in 2021. I took out $50,000 to use as a down payment towards our house. And I've just been slowly paying that back since then with every paycheck. We do kind of have a goal of paying that back early. It would be nice to pay that back early, especially now that the markets are down, that we can pay that back and also contribute extra to our retirement. That would be great. But this week we are not able to do that because we have 2 other things that we're focusing on. So after my retirement account loan, I also contributed to my employer retirement plan, just the match, which is 4%. So that amount is $209.22 that I contributed, but my workplace also contributed, and that was $549.21. They contribute a 200% match and a base of 2.5%. So in the end, they end up contributing 10.5% to my retirement plan, and I contribute 4%. So that's almost 15% right there, invested with every paycheck. We don't really have any plans to max that out this year, but hopefully at some point we will be able to do that. And I wanted to give a glimpse into how much my retirement account has lost in this volatile market right now, because I find that to be very interesting. Over the past 3 months, my portfolio has been down every single month because the market's been down and I'm mostly invested in index type funds. So I found it interesting that in February, my portfolio lost over $2,000, which that's not too bad. And then I had contributed $2,000 because I contribute about $2,000 a month to it with my employer match and my loan repayment plus what I contribute. So I kind of broke even in February, and then in March, even though I contributed that $2,000. My portfolio was down $16,000, which was the, I think, highest amount that it had ever been down. And usually it bounces back within the next month. But so far this month, it is down another $27,500. So overall, this is like the most and the longest sustained amount of time that my portfolio has been down, my retirement. For a long time now, my account balance was above $300,000, and it's now dropped below that because the market has dropped. But I'm not too worried. I just find it interesting to track this. All of my contributions are like buying these stocks on sale, so I'm not worried about these losses that are on paper because I'm not pulling my money out, so they're not being realized. So I haven't actually lost over $45,000 this year, but that's what it looks like on paper, and I just find that interesting. We'll see. We'll see how much more I can lose, and I'll report that and let you know also when it starts bouncing back. All right, so now moving on to my husband's retirement. He contributes 3% with his paycheck. And so that was $126.92, and then his workplace matched that. They also contribute to his HSA, and I realized that they made a contribution at the end of March. They contributed $280.62, which is what they typically contribute. I thought that they were doing this every month, but it seems more like they do it every 2 paychecks. So it's kind of every month, but in the end, they're going to contribute 13 times instead of 12. And so I think we may have over contributed to the HSA if they will be contributing 13 times. So I may have to pull out about $200 of what we plan to contribute, or of what we already contributed to the HSA this year. But we'll wait until closer to the end of the year so we can be certain. And then hopefully we can pull that out without any issues. Okay, so I think that's it for our automatic contributions. Next, we had a payment to my husband's student loans. We pay this every month. That was $382. We're currently just paying the minimum on this debt as well. We're not trying to pay anything extra. And that should be paid off in just under 10 years if we keep paying $382. Well, we don't have 10 years left. We have, I think, 8 years left of that. We've already been paying for about 2 years, I think. And that was everything that came out automatically. The student loan payments is also an automatic payment. So the manual transfers that I made over the weekend, I contributed to my daughter's 529. Thought it was a really great time also, since stocks are on sale, to contribute to that. So instead of contributing the normal $415, I contributed the little extra that I would contribute during the year, which would be a $435 contribution. I'm also thinking about maybe just maxing that out. And by maxing, I mean contributing the $5,000 goal that we have. We plan to contribute $5,000 so that we can get a state tax deduction. They give you a state tax break for contributing up to $5,000. And so that's what we plan to contribute. I'm thinking about maybe while the market's down, just maxing that out. So let me know what you think, if that's a good idea, or if I should just keep steadily contributing $415 every month for the rest of the year. And then our final transfer, actually I'm going to be making this today, is maxing out my husband's 2025 Roth IRA. So we have just $800 left to max that out, and so we're doing that today. And then we will have maxed out his Roth this year, which is really exciting. This is maybe the 3rd year that we've maxed it out. Do you see that mockingbird? But we're really excited to be able to max this out again, especially while stocks are on sale. So I think that is everything for our transfers this week. We still have a little bit extra that we could transfer, but we have some bills that are probably going to come out next week, and then we'll do all of the remaining transfers next week before we get paid again. But that's everything for my transfers today. Let me know in the comments if you made any money moves. I love to hear about them. I love to cheer you on. I think it's so exciting that we're all making progress towards our financial goals. We're all on different paths, but as long as we're all making a little bit of progress every week, I think that's really great. If you're interested in seeing more of my family's journey as we work towards paying down our debts and saving for retirement, then please hit subscribe. I would love to have you follow along. Thank you for being here.